What's up, gentlemen? So today I want to talk about a hot topic, something that you guys have been probably hearing a lot about, and that is CBD oil. Now, big disclaimer right up front, I'm in no way, shape, or form at all recommending that you take CBD oil. This is something that you've got to do your own research. You've got to decide whether or not it's right for you. All right, today I just want to share with you my experience and what I have found as a result of using CBD oil every day for the past 7 months. These are my bottles of CBD oil. A few months ago, back in April, I did a video talking about my nighttime routine. In that, I sort of told you that I was starting to experiment with CBD oil and I was liking the results, but I wasn't ready to share my thoughts. When I did that last video back in April about trying CBD, I got tons of companies reaching out saying, hey, do you want to try my CBD? Do you want to try our CBD? Do you want to try our CBD? The issue with CBD in this industry, something that you're going to find out if you start exploring and experimenting, is that anybody and their mother can create a private label CBD company. There are a lot of companies out there that manufacture hemp or that grow hemp that are like, yo, let's get in on the CBD market, and they're private labeling the stuff. And so there are so many tons of different brands out there. Now, the big issue is that you have no idea what you're taking. You have no idea of the potency, the strength, and with CBD, it is my personal opinion that you got to know what the hell you are actually taking. A lot of these, I would say the majority of these CBD companies out there, you really have no idea, and the only way you're going to be able to figure out dosage and if something's working and what you can change is if you have a super pure form of CBD oil and you actually are buying it from a company that is like in the business of standardizing things, testing things, and making sure that the product that they're giving you is pure. And Plant Therapy is a company that's been around for years. I have known about them because they specialize in essential oils and oil therapies. And that is why the company Plant Therapy is my choice and my partner for this video. I've been using Plant Therapy's CBD oil for the past 4 months. They're in the business of oils and extracts and making sure that the quality is there, the transparency is there. Plant Therapy is the best in the business, in my opinion. I have tried a lot of other CBD brands, and I noticed the biggest difference when I was actually able to know what specific dosage I was taking and then monitor it and adjust it from there. The Plant Therapy extracts are pure. They do the research. They cite all of their research, guys. They have done an amazing job cutting out all the bullshit and making sure that they are providing you incredible information. Something that I asked them to do for you, because there is so much information out there when it comes to CBD oil. On our landing page down below, they have 3 sections that I encourage you to go and check out if you're thinking about experimenting or trying CBD oil. Number 1 is the frequently asked questions. You've got a question about CBD oil, chances are somebody else has had that question. It's going to be listed there along with the answer. There's also going to be a section about the proposed benefits of CBD oil. And then there's also, and this is something that's incredibly important, the serving chart, so that you know sort of what you're taking, how to sort of structure a plan that's going to be right for you. And if after, and only after, you do all of your research, you decide that you want to try CBD oil, guys, you will not go wrong buying from Plant Therapy. We have a discount code. There are also 3 different strengths there. They have 3 different flavors. You've got natural, or like unflavored, you've got cinnamon, and you've got pina colada. I am a fan of the cinnamon and the natural. It just doesn't really taste like anything. That's it. Now, let's talk about my experience with CBD. All right, so about 7 months ago, I decided it was finally time for me to try CBD oil. I had been suffering with a little bit of anxiety. I've also been suffering from some injuries from working out. I've always slept like really good. But the 3 benefits, primary benefits that you hear people reporting from trying CBD oil is sleep, anxiety, and sort of like inflammation. Now, the reason why those 3 things are so like reported when it comes to CBD oil is what CBD oil is. Now, I'm not going to attempt to try and explain what a cannabinoid is and how you've got different receptors like in your brain and in your body that's part of like the endocrine system. I'm not going to go into the whole endocrine system and how cannabinoids work, but if you are interested in learning why CBD oil is actually effective for treating certain things, guys, hit our link and go read sort of the FAQs and more about CBD oil and how it really works. But at the end of the day, about 7 months ago, I decided I was going to give it a try. Number one is anxiety. I have been a little bit stressed lately and not like feeling like myself. And so I was, like, hey, if this can help a little bit with anxiety and kind of just like take the edge off, I'm good. The other thing is sleep. Now, I typically sleep very well, but I was like, hey, if it can improve my sleep, I know that sleep is like one of the most important things that you're going to do during the day or during the night that's going to help you with so many other things. And the other thing is inflammation. I have been suffering because I exercise like all the time and I use my body hard. I am always dealing with like some type of injury, and I had something called plantar fasciitis for a few months. Probably started about, I don't know, probably like 9 months ago, and it just wasn't getting any better, and it was a bit debilitating. And so I'm like, all right, I got to try something because what I'm trying is not working, and I did not want to go to like a physician and just get like shot with like a cortisone shot or something like that. I am a firm believer that nature can heal us, but I'm not like some like crazy over the top like weirdo, like never use like antibiotics and definitely get your vaccines. But I am a believer in nutrition. I'm a believer in supplements and taking multivitamins and vitamin B complex and C and D3. Like, I believe in all that stuff. I grew up on it. I was in the nutrition industry for a long time, and it's just something that I personally believe in for me. And so I decided to give CBD oil a try. I went to one of my buddies who was sort of in the business. I'm like, yo, can you hook me up? He's like, yeah. And so he sent me this. I'm like, all right. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, all right, I'm going to try this at night. Now, something else you need to understand, there are really two types of different CBD oil. There is full spectrum and there is broad spectrum CBD. Full spectrum means that it also has THC. THC is the stuff in weed that gets you high. Now, in CBD oil that is full spectrum, it is a very low dose. Like, I think legally it has to be like under like 0.3%, and I could be wrong about that, in order for it to be sold legally. But I didn't want to take anything with THC. I don't smoke weed personally, not that I have anything against it. I know a lot of people, some of my best friends, some of my loved ones absolutely do smoke weed. It's just not something that I like. I don't like the way that it makes me feel. And so I decided to go with a broad spectrum. Full spectrum CBD has everything, including a little bit of THC. I didn't want that, and so I went broad spectrum. And so I got my bottle. I was like, all right. He's like, yo, use 1 dropper. I'm like, all right. I had no idea what milligram. I didn't know anything about that. But at night, before I went to bed, like after I brushed my teeth and did all that, I took a dropper under my tongue, held it there under my tongue for about a minute, swallowed it, and that first night I slept like a freaking rock. Was it the CBD? I had no idea. All I knew is that I slept like a rock. I'm like, damn, I slept like super sound. I didn't sleep longer, but when I woke up, I felt just like invigorated. I felt like I got more sleep than I actually did. And so I'm like, yo, that was pretty awesome. And so next night, guess what I did? Boom, exactly, again. And guess what? I slept like a rock. So month number 1 through 3, I took it 1 time a day at night before I went to bed, and my sleep was good. My anxiety, I didn't really notice anything. My plantar fasciitis and my body, it still ached, and so I really didn't notice anything there. And then once I started doing more research, I realized that a lot of people are saying that you need to take CBD oil actually twice a day. And so when I started with, actually I started with this one, plant therapy, I started with the lowest dosage, 16 milligrams, or 16 milliliters, 500 milligram bottle. Like I said, guys, if you have no idea about dosage, that link down below, there's a chart that actually will talk you through sort of how to start using this and trying it and all that good stuff. Anyway, took it at night, but then what I started doing in the afternoon at around 11 o'clock after I got done exercising, I started taking it again. And almost immediately I felt this, like, it was weird. I felt this just like calmness. And I'm like, could it be like the CBD oil, or is it totally like placebo effect? But the next day, did it again, afternoon along with at night, and I was chill. I felt better. And then I'm like, all right, I really got to test this out. And so then the third day, I didn't take it. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was placebo effect. I personally don't believe it is. Because I was chilled. I felt good. I wasn't all like stressed out and anxious. Something else that happened about like 2 weeks after I started taking it twice a day, my foot, my leg, it started to feel better. I wasn't all like sore and getting like muscle cramps and spasms. Now, I'm not saying that everything is linked. I'm not saying that CBD oil cured everything. But I know that my foot started to feel better. And so the next bottle that I got from Plant Therapy, I actually upped the dosage to 33 milligrams with a 1,000 milligram bottle. And that's when it kind of like went away completely, my pain in my foot. Twice a day, rocking this, and honestly, I'm on my 4th bottle now of the Plant Therapy CBD. I feel better than I felt in a really long time. And I was a bit skeptical from the first time I started hearing about CBD. I'm like, I was like, okay, this is just a fad. This really doesn't work. And so going into it, being a skeptic and really taking my time over the past 7 months and sort of analyzing and trying different dosages and different amounts, like I feel like I have like my formula for me. And I'm going to continue to take CBD oil because I truly feel for me, it was beneficial. And I feel great. And so I just wanted to do this video and kind of share my opinion. My opinion is, for me, I feel like it's made a big difference. For me, I'm going to keep doing it. But I don't know. I mean, you've got to decide for yourself. Like I said, there is a ton of information out there. There are also a ton of brands. You've just got to be careful. You've got to make sure that the brand that you're buying is pure. You've got to make sure that you know what you're doing, and you don't just like try like 1 milligram this day and 1 milligram that day and just like all over the place. Typically, you don't just try something once and feel like amazing. For me, I don't know if it was placebo effect. I don't know if it was the CBD oil, but I noticed a difference, my anxiety. I noticed that immediately my sleep. But regardless of if it was placebo effect or not, I don't care because I feel better. I just wanted to do this video. I told you that I would back in April when I sort of mentioned that I was starting to use CBD oil and seeing some positive results. For me, I'm going to keep doing it. For me, I love it. For me, I truly feel like it's been a bit of a game changer in my overall well-being and health. I don't know what the long-term effects of CBD oil is. I don't know that it's been out long enough. There could be adverse effects. I have no idea. But I know that for right now, you know, I dig it. And I encourage you that if you're somebody who struggles with something of, you know, sleep, anxiety, or maybe, you know, pain or some issues, but there are other things, right? Because, you know, this endocrine system, it's like a collection of like glands, and it regulates hormones and just makes everything in your body work better. And so do your research. Like I said, there are other reported benefits, but these were the 3 most reported and the 3 that I was interested in seeing if it would actually have an effect on me. But at the end of the day, guys, you've got to decide for yourself. Do not do it because I'm doing it. Do it because you want to. You have to do your research.